quarantine now along with my family because my daughter has COVID. So we are just staying in for 10 days and seeing how it goes. She's doing fine. She has mild symptoms and the rest of us have nothing yet. So we have a few more days, maybe 4 or 5 days to wait before we see if we're going to get symptoms. Otherwise, I'm just making stuff and watching TV, and we're eating and just being normal. A little panic, but just talking to each other and trying to keep each other sane. So I wanted to do this little video today of my mini bowls, and here's a few that are, some of these are finished. This one's finished, I think. This one's finished, and these two still need a little bit of work, and these. But I'm starting to show you how I use the paper clay and epoxy sculpt and sculpey air dry by starting with these little bowls, and then I'll work my way up to bigger bowls. But also January is my mini month, so I wanted to start with these. Okay, so I'm going to move them out of the way. And this is my little dish that I use to make these bowls. They fit perfectly on here. You can use any dish you want, and I do. I have a stack of about 20 dishes over there. And this is the one that I love the shape because the bottom is just very round and there's no like ridge here. So this is the one I chose to make my mini bowls, and these are 3 inches. And the clay I'm using today is Sculpey Air Dry, and you can get it at Walmart. It's 2.2 pounds, and it is $6.99 for this. It's the most inexpensive of the air dry clays. Now this is like a paper clay. I call it paper clay, but I don't really know if it's just paper. I think there's other things in it. There's also a brand called Paper Clay, which is more expensive. It's $8.99 for 1 pound at Dick Blick. So this is $6.99 for 2 pounds. And the other one I'm going to show you, well, I'm not going to show you now because it's not right here, but it's called Epoxy Sculpt, and it's a 2-part. But anyway, in the next couple weeks, I'll be showing you all of them and how I use them. So anyway, this is pretty simple. I just open it up. Take a little blob, and I don't even use my rolling pin or anything for these. I just take a little pinch off the top, about like that, and then wrap this back up because it'll dry out. If you have a Ziploc baggie, use that. So I just play with this a little bit. And I think I took too much. Now you can take a little more and make them thicker, or a little less and make them thinner. Sometimes I feel like making them very thin, almost paper thin. They're not as strong then. They can break more easily if you are rough with them, or if you drop them. But sometimes I just like how it is when they're a little bit thicker. Other times, so you could see here that this is pretty thick. Actually, all the ones I have here, this is thicker though. See, the edge is thicker here. But, and the one I'm making now seems to be a little thicker. And I just make a ball and I press it out with my hand. Sometimes I use a rolling pin, especially if I'm making bigger bowls, because it's hard to get it all smooth when it's a big piece. But for today, I'm just using my hand. Make it pretty smooth. Don't be fussy. I flip it over a couple times. I don't care that the edges are not smooth. If you want, after it dries, you can sand them, but I don't. I like them kind of erratic. And that's about it. That's how thick it is. It's kind of thick. It's not as thin as I usually do. And then I just lay it over the bowl, centered, or you could even do off-centered, so you have more like a different kind of shape like that. But I'm doing it in the center because right now I'm making a bunch of these exact shape bowls for the auction that I'm in, and that's why I'm doing them all pretty similar. And for this type of bowl, I just mold it around the bowl, push it down, make it smooth. See my edge, it's kind of erratic, and that's fine. I like it like that. If you want to make it smoother or even take a knife and cut it straight, you can do that. But I like it just like this. And I just smooth it out a little. Make sure it's the shape that I like. I like it. It's thick. And now this sits overnight, 24 hours, or you can put it in your oven at 200 degrees for about 40 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes. Keep your oven low though. And it'll come out all done in 40 minutes. It'll be hot, so be careful when you take it out. And that's all for now. I'm going to come back after this dries. Okay, bye-bye.